Welcome to the video, Promoting Historic Houses, What, How and to Whom? Diversifying Funding. In this video, we will provide an insight into the characteristics of cultural management and business planning linked to tourism. We will also consider how to identify the potential of a building, analyze its current use, and find out the sales opportunities it offers. And finally, we will present the various types of financing and provide an explanation of the main sources of funding. Let's begin with the concept of tourism and its core aspects. First and foremost, what exactly is a tourism company? According to the UN's World Tourism Organization, tourism activities can be defined as those covering accommodation, restaurants, travel agencies and intermediaries, tourism transport, promotion and information activities for tourism. In this context, historic houses open to the public are considered tourism companies linked to both heritage and cultural tourism. In order to understand the complexities of the tourism system, we can refer to the Inskeep graph, which mentions all the tourism agents, but positions them around the system's central core, which is the natural, cultural and socio-economic environment. In other words, the territory where the historic house is located. Therefore, in the first place, the historic house must be integrated within the surrounding territory. And secondly, strategies must be defined and applied in order to contact and work with other tourist principles: accommodation, transport, tourism activities, etc. Third, the historic house will be open to tourists and the local population, and for this reason, the appropriate recruitment and loyalty strategies will be designed. Of course, the manager, owner of a historic house should not forget the importance of assessing the visitor experience of both tourists and locals in order to better understand the situation of the historic house and implement any necessary improvements. Online user-generated content has influenced and modified shopping habits and has encouraged the development of new tourism products and, of course, new business models. In this context, these businesses are classified according to their client and/or product type, their philosophy and/or the application of technological innovation. In the first case, the new tourism models try to replace traditional mass products with others intended to satisfy specific segments. This strategy has led to the emergence of businesses targeting groups such as the young, adult-only and LGBTIQ+ segments, etc. In the second case, although the concept has existed for decades, in recent years there has been a shift of vision in organizations towards more sustainable formulas. This is the case of eco-friendly companies such as the High Hotel Eco Spa and Beach, the Arthurmendi Ecological Restaurant or the Bogotá Museum of Modern Art, MAMBO. Another example would be businesses based on the collaborative economy or collaborative consumption. Commercialization is via peer-to-peer, P2P platform, whereby the exchange of underused assets is promoted through cooperation between consumers. Examples of applications that facilitate contacts between managers and individual owners and users would be Uber, Cabify, BlaBlaCar, Airbnb, Eat With or Free Tour, among others. In the third case, startups are companies that use technology and software intensively to develop innovative products and services. Personalized tourism is the new market trend in the post-COVID era. Mass personalization of products has been a strategy applied by companies for several decades. Examples of companies that have personalized their products are Delta Airlines, Princess Cruises or Ineos. One of the greatest challenges in cultural management is identifying and securing funding for cultural projects. In the case of historic houses, it's the initiative and drive of many private owners that has secured the conservation of historic buildings that would have otherwise been abandoned. Here are various funding options which could be considered. Subsidies are economic contributions issued by a public body to help carry out an activity. The European Union offers subsidies and financing lines for small businesses, financial programs and instruments, networks and aid for entrepreneurs that are published on the European Commission website. Sponsorship is an agreement between two individuals or legal entities whereby one of the parties, the sponsor, undertakes to give an amount of money or resources to a third party, sponsored, in exchange for the latter advertising its brand or product. Participatory, collective or crowdfunding financing is a form of instrumentalized financing through the so-called participatory financing platforms or PFPs. In contrast to the new forms of participatory financing, traditional financing methods are called passive investing. These are financial instruments that must be repaid to investors, such as debt and equity. We have now come to the end of our video on promoting historic houses, what, how and to whom, diversifying funding. See you in the next video.